Today we will explore the art of macrame that will bring tranquility to our space. I'll guide you creating a beautiful macrame wall hanging perfect for adding a touch of elegance to any room. So let's dive in. To begin, we need macrame cord. Here I am using 3 mm mustard yellow colored cotton macrame cord. If you don't have macrame cord in cotton, you can also use the nylon macrame cord that is also available in the market. Firstly, I'll cut this macrame cord into several strands. This one is of 100 centimeter. You can also use wooden dowel instead of this, and this one is extra cord for making fringes, and this one is basically the main strands that will help us to make the design. Let me brief the types of knots we are using in this tutorial. We will use lark's head knot as our very first knot in this design. To start, we will need a piece of cord that is 500 centimeter for today's DIY. So first, take one end of the cord and fold it in half to create a loop. Next, place the loop behind the object you are attaching the knot to, like a ring or a rod. Then bring the loose ends of the cord through the loop from the front to the back. Pull the loose ends gently to tighten the knots securely around the object. And there you have it, a perfectly tied lark's head knot. So with a little practice, you will be tying lark's head knot like a pro. Now moving to the second knot, that is we are going to use is square knot. To make this knot, start by crossing the right end of the rope over the left end to form a loop. Next, take the left end of the rope and pass it over and under the right end, threading it through the loop we have created. Now, pull both ends of the rope tight to secure the knot. This is how we will make the perfect square knot, but for our design we need to make one more round of it. But this time we will continue to make square knot by crossing the left end of the rope over the right end to form a loop. Next, take the right end of the rope and pass it over and under the left end, threading it through the loop we have created. Now, pull the both ends of the rope tight to secure the knot. That's it. We will use this knot pattern for the base of our wall hanging. But it is not finished here. To make this design untwisted, we need to keep in mind that every time we have to make this square knot by crossing the other side of rope where we have finished the last square knot. That means we have finished the last square knot by crossing the left over right, but this time we will make this square knot by crossing the right end of the rope over the left one. By this way we will keep repeating the same process but vice versa until we complete our base of this hanging. Let me give you the bonus tip here. We will be lost while making this design, by which end of the rope we have finished the last square knot. To identify that, please follow this bump on the knot. This will tell you that you have to cross this side of rope over that side rope. I know this knot is very simple, but believe me, it is quite messy. So please keep practicing it before try to make your wall hanging. Now moving to the next knot, which is quite lengthy by name. I call it D2H2, which is diagonal double half hitch knot. To make this knot, grab the standing part of the rope. Remember, here I am starting from left to right. Now bring the working end of the rope diagonally across the front of the rope to form a loop. Now bring the working end under the standing part of the rope and throughout the loop. Pull the working end tightly to secure the first half hitch. That's it. First half hitch done. Now let's move on to the second half hitch to form the double half hitch. To make the second half hitch, we will repeat the same process as we done to make the first half hitch. Always remember to keep the tension consistent. And there you have it, a double half hitch knot. But wait, we are not done yet. Let's take it up a notch and make it diagonal. Please keep in mind that instead of tying the second half hitch parallel to the first one, angle it diagonally to the left. Okay, and tighten the second half edge securely so that you can maintain the diagonal alignment. And voila, you have just mastered the D2H2 knot. Remember, practice makes perfect, right? So don't get disappointed or discouraged if it takes a few tries to get it right. So we have just learned the types of knots. Now we have to implement them to make our macrame wall hanging. Firstly, we will make the base. So here I have already attached the 24 strands to the 100 centimeter strand by using the lark's head knot. Next, I have to tie the knots for making the base. So earlier I have already explained you how to make square knot. Now by using that knot, I am going to complete the base of the hanging. Please keep in mind that to make square knot in every odd row will start from the very first 4 strands, but to make the square knot in every even rows we have to leave the first and the last 2 strands to make the square knot. To complete the base of the hanging, I will make 14 rows of the square knot. So after completing the base of the hanging, now we will make the body of the hanging. So these are the elements we are going to use to make the body of the hanging. We need 16 strands to make this element. We will make this design in 2 parts. Let's make the first half. To make the first half, leave the first strand and grab the second as standing strand and use the third and fourth strand as working strand to make the diagonal double half hitch knot. We'll repeat the same process as we did to fill the second strand. We have just completed this part. Now we will make this one. To make this, we will leave the 5th and 6th number strand and grab the 7th strand as the filler cord and start making diagonal double half hitch with 6th and 5th number strand. But this time we will work from right to left. Okay, so we have just completed this upper V shape. Now we will continue to make this bracelet like structure. To make this, we will not continue with this strand. We will actually use the 7th number filler cord to complete this pattern. Now we just have to use 2nd number cord, then 1st number cord, then 4th number cord, and then 3rd number cord to fill this 7th number strand. And then we will fill this 8th number strand exactly as we filled the 7th number cord with 2nd number cord and then 1st number cord, then 4th number cord, and then 3rd number cord. We are not working with these 8 cords right now, so let's hang them to ease our working process. Now we will complete the X shape. So for that, grab the 3rd strand and fill it with 2nd number strand and 1st number strand. And now grab this cord and repeat the same process to complete the shape. We have just completed the half portion of this design. Now we have to make the curve. To make the curve, we'll continue to fill this same strand with this working cord but in opposite direction. We have just made this strand. Now we'll make this one exactly as we made the other one. So this portion is completed. Now we'll continue to make this half. To continue, we have to make the curve in this line too. I have already explained you how to make the curve. Throughout this process, focus and patience, these are the only real keys to implement this gorgeous design. So here, firstly we have to join them together, then we will continue to make the shape. We will take this one as a filler cord because this will overlap on the other one. Now we just have to keep tying the knots throughout the filler cord. This part is done. Now we will make this pattern. So for that, take the 3rd cord as the filler one and grab the 2nd and 1st cord to make the knots. And then take the 4th cord as the filler cord and then fill it with the 2nd number cord and 1st number cord. That's it. We have just completed the half part of this design. Now we'll make this part. The design and knotting pattern is same, but direction of working with the cords and filler cord is absolutely changed. So with these cords we will make the other half of the design. To make this, we will leave the first cord and grab the second cord as a filler cord and fill it with third number cord and fourth number cord. Now grab the first cord and fill it with the third number and the fourth number cord. This time we are working in left to right direction. So this part is done. Now we will make the other part. But this time 7th and 8th number cord will be the filler cord and 6th and 5th number cord will be the working cord. And the direction of tying knots will be in right to left direction. So this V shape is done. Now we'll continue the design over 2nd and 3rd number cord by overlapping the 7th and 8th number filler cord in left to right direction. Before giving it curve, we will finish this area first. For this, we will use 3rd and 4th number cord as a filler cord and will fill it with the 2nd number and 1st number cord. So this X shape design is copied here. Now we will make the curve both sides. We have just completed the curve both sides. Now we will just join it, and after joining it, we will make the rest of the design. So this part is done. Now we'll make this one. And to make this one, just grab the 3rd number cord and fill it with this 2nd number and the 1st number cord. And after completing it, grab the 4th number one and fill it with the 2nd and 1st number cord. So this is done. Now we will just join them together to make this whole. We have just finished the first row and now we have to make the second row. This is completely different from the first row. This motif will also require 16 strands and will again make this one with 2 halves. So just grab 8 strands to make the first half of the design and separate the other strands to ease the process. So we'll make this part first. To make this part, we will use this cord as our filler cord. I hope you must have a clear idea about which one is filler cord and which one is working cord. I know this pattern is little bit messy, but please keep your head up and try to focus on process, that when and where I am changing the cords. So this half is done. Now we will make the other half. To make the other half, we'll again work with the 8 strands. So please grab 8 strands and now start filling the filler cord. Please, you must have to focus on processing of first number and second number row, because if you have cleared that idea that when and where to change the cords, you will make the rest of the rows easily. Let me tell you one thing, that after completing second number row, you just have to copy first number row for all the odd rows and second number row for all the even number rows. So length of the hanging is totally up to you. Whatever length you want, you can make it. I am just having here 5 rows of this design, and now I'll just finish it with the square knots in between these gaps. So after finishing the square knot, I will just finish this hanging by adding one more layer. This line will actually give the depth to the hanging and also highlight the design. It will actually also help in fixing all the strands together so that these will not come out in future. And yes, we'll fix all these strands together by using our third knot, which is diagonal double half hitch, which we have used rigorously. And after tying them together, we'll make the fringes of the hanging. As you can see that I'm not using any extra cord or any extra strand to make the fringes. I'm just using the leftover of the strands to make the fringes. After cutting the desired length of the fringes, you just have to comb it properly. And after combing it, what you have to do is just fix it with any fixing spray, or you can also use the diluted form of white glue. And after fixing it, just trim out all the extra parts. So our macrame wall hanging is almost ready. Now I just have to do one more thing, and that is fixing it with the wooden dowel. I want to add one more thing, that if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please support me and my channel by subscribing it. And if you have any suggestions, please feel free to address it, and please also share your thoughts about this tutorial. And after fixing it to the wooden dowel, the final result of the wall hanging will absolutely look like this. Isn't it beautiful? Let me tell you the measurement of this wall hanging. This wall hanging is about 26 cm wide and 53 cm in length.